Yes, sir. What's poppin' with y'all? And welcome back to another motherfucking episode of The Thin Line Between Genius and Insanity podcast, hosted by yours truly, OG. Now spin the block, man, because I am the flyest, highest, coolest, smoothest host of them all. OG. Hash, you know the fuck it is, man. What's up with the people? What's up with y'all, man? Hope out there looking good, feeling good, staying safe. It's a whole lot of shit going on in the trenches, man. I take shit each and every motherfucking week. I want to shout out to everybody around the world that's tapped in, joining the conversation. I truly appreciate all love, support, man. Let's keep building this motherfucking empire, brick by motherfucking brick. It's the last shit I want to get into, B. We on episode 118, we're on the grind 200. The shit don't stop for a motherfucking soul. For the people watching on YouTube at OGHatchTV, you can see right there at the bottom of the motherfucking screen, we on the grind 200, man. This shit is not stopping, bro. I want to shout to everybody on YouTube, by the way, man, because we've been dropping these episodes back to back to back type shit. The visuals is literally coming out like 2 to 3 days after each other, man. So I want to shout to everybody, man, that's been tapped in with that, because I've been looking at the analytics and the numbers are pretty much consistent, if not better than what we were doing when we were just dropping one episode per week. So I want to shout to all you guys, man, for all the friends of the show that's watching these episodes visually. Shout out to y'all, man. Let's go ahead and drop a like, a comment, rate that joint, man. Let's keep doing all this shit the other YouTubers are doing, man, so we can get, you know what I'm saying, properly placed where we need to be. Shout out to everybody listening, by the way. I'll never forget you guys, my day ones who listen on Audible, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, et cetera, man. There are going to be more platforms this podcast will be found on. Early on throughout this process, I did decline a few platform placements just because I didn't like their terms and conditions type shit. But I have found a way to get, you know, onto other platforms. That's what we're going to do. Coming real soon, man. You can be able to find this podcast literally every motherfucking where. We was on the major platforms, but I want to expand that and go on every single platform that I possibly can so we can make sure we fucking take over type shit. But that will be coming down the motherfucking line. So shout out to all the friends of the show once again that's tapped into the show. However you tapped into the show, streams matter, listens matter, visuals matter, all that shit matters, man. We all monthly one family. We're going to keep taking over one by motherfucking one episode. It's the last shit on the docket, B. And before I get into that, I want to say, doing 118 episodes of this podcast, but you never truly know who listens to the shit. So like I said, small numbers add up. I haven't had that moment where I'm out and about and people walk up to me like, oh shit, you OG. I haven't had that moment yet. We haven't taken over locally yet. That's on the way. I have had people look at me with the eye like I might be somebody, but haven't had the moment where people walk up to me. Maybe because I'm 6'4", 300-pound nigga with locks. Maybe they're a little bit intimidated, but hey, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure one day motherfuckers gonna get past that barrier. But I do come across the people who talk to me on social media who I never would have thought would be engaged with my show. I just recently found out that my great grandma listens to this podcast, and it's quite weird, may I add, because Granny, you don't know a lot about me, and I talk about a lot of shit on this show. And knowing that my great grandma don't know a lot about me, but by listening to even just a few of these episodes, one thing that you probably know by now, Granny, I'm a nasty motherfucker. I be swimming these hoes, baby. You made me. But nah, man, it's crazy to know that my great grandma listens to this podcast, man. So I want to say shout out to my great grandma. Round motherfucking applause for her, man. Real talk, she's a straight trooper. Real life trooper, man. Once again, shout out to my great grandma for tapping and being a friend of the show, man. It truly is an honor, and it is humbling to know that this podcast spans to all types of people, man, all age groups. Looked at the analytics, 92% of the listens demographic is from the United States. So you got Barbados, you got Germany. They round up the top 3. And also you got the other countries and continents that we tapped along the way, but they haven't generated that much to be included with the top 3 catalog. So also shout out to the United States, obviously, shout out to Germany, and shout out to Barbados, all being great friends of the show, all being great monthly places where people are tapping in with like-minded motherfucking me people. It's a lot I want to get into on this episode. I'm gonna start the episode off with, you know what I'm saying, with taking y'all behind the curtain a little bit. You know, I always kind of hint at this topic, and I'm talking about, you know, other celebrities, the Michael B. Jordans, other significant, prominent, you know what I'm saying, celebrity men, Black African-American men as well. And I never truly talk about my personal story when it comes to interracial dating. You know, in the last episode, I kind of tapped in and told y'all about my insecurities when it comes to long distance relationships and things of that nature. And like, of course, it's an audio journal, so I always want to go into my personal side of things before I get into the bullshit that's going on in pop culture. So I want to start this off with a little bit personal topic. You know, when it comes to interracial dating, I've had my fair share of Caucasian women, white women that I've been attracted to. I've told y'all since day fucking one, I have a sexual attraction to thick ass white women. It is what it is. I lost my virginity to a thick ass white woman. Some of the best head I ever got was from a thick ass white woman. Some of the best pussy I ever got was from a thick ass white woman. It just is what it is type shit. Love my sisters, they come first, but I do what I do. But I never truly talk about anything further more than sex when it comes to white women. And I want to take y'all behind the curtain to a particular incident or time in my life when I very much could have and should have and probably made it possible that I was with this white woman, but I stopped myself because I was afraid of how I would be perceived from my people type shit. So as you see on the motherfucking screen, the first topic we're going to get into is the fear of interracial dating and my story. You know, I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to, you know, cause a scene in my personal life off camera. I kind of want to just keep moving forward in life type shit. Although I am still in communication with this woman. We are good friends. There's no issue. We don't have a beef. We've been through a lot of shit between the two of us. But I don't want to say her name because I don't want this to grow into anything much bigger than what it already is. So there was this woman, right? She was white, obviously. She's like Bosnian or something like that. That's probably already saying too much, but she's white, thick, beautiful. She's older than me, good head on her shoulders. Everything I've ever, you know what I'm saying, put on a checklist to be with a woman. We work with each other and things of that nature, so we see each other all the time. That kind of threw a wrench into my own personal thinking of shit because it's like, damn, I kind of want my space. I don't want to see this said person all day, every day, and still have to be obligated to, you know what I'm saying, do the relationship shit. As we were talking and things of that nature and things were progressing, obviously we were having sex, obviously, you know, we were talking all the time, all day, every day. Things were on the up and up. She was looking good. When it got to the point of making these things serious, that's when I threw a lot of excuses her way. Obviously, she was, well, not obviously to you guys, but she was going through, you know, a separation, divorce type situation. She had a kid and all that good shit. So there were things that were going on in this, you know, equation that I wasn't all the way comfortable with. But those weren't the things that were going to deter me from being with this woman if I truly wanted to fucking be with her, which I truly did. But the one thing that would stop me from getting with a white woman, or this particular white woman, any white woman in my life before that, is because I was honestly afraid of what people would think about me if they saw me with a white woman. Because in our community, man, black men, they get perceived in a negative way when you see them with a white woman. It just is what it is. I crack my own jokes, you know what I'm saying? But there's other jokes and shit that's being said that's far worse than that. I literally only crack jokes when I see the black ass dude with the fat ass white girl. Like, that's just funny to me. That's just a funny pairing to me because it's typical type shit. But I always say, man, love who you love. And I've always been one of those people who's good at giving advice but not taking my own advice. And I'm not trying to get on her and say, I was in love with this white woman. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying there was potential there for me to be with this woman for a long term type shit. I had homeboys telling me, yo, nigga, you used to knock her up type shit. And I'm like, bro, you're tripping. But in the back of my head, I was like, bro, I probably should knock her up type shit. And that's just guys being guys talking. But the premise behind that was, yo, my nigga, you need to take this one serious type shit. And I wouldn't allow myself to do that because I was literally afraid. What would my mama say? What would my brother say? What would my uncle say? What would my auntie say? What would my niggas say? What would all the black women who follow me on social media say? What would everybody say rather than how would I feel? And it's something that a lot of black men go through. And I'm pretty sure black women go through it too. And I'm not a black woman. I don't fucking know. I know what it's like for a black man to want to shun away his feelings towards certain things because he knows what will come with that. It was like when KD went to Golden State. He knew what was coming with that shit. A lot of niggas ain't got the balls to do that. Real talk. And look at Michael B. Jordan now. Nigga, he was with all the white women, getting his heart getting shunned by black women all over social media. Went to Lil Wayne Harvey. She played the nigga. Now he back with this British model. Now he getting back shunned by everybody. It's crazy. But there's a certain level of hate that comes towards a black man when he ties himself to a white woman. It just is. It just fucking is. And I literally was afraid of that. I didn't want nothing to do with that. I didn't want to have those problems. So I literally diluted my feelings towards this woman. That's what I did. And it's fucked up to admit that's what I did. I started to give her ass the Heisman because I knew that the feelings between us two was developing so much that I was going to end up doing something I truly wasn't ready for. I wasn't ready to go against, you know what I'm saying, what I think people would think about that. And it could be a situation where nobody even gave a fuck. But I've seen this shit play out so much that now when a nigga get with a white chick, it's going to be a whole lot of shit being talked behind that nigga back. You know what I'm saying? He a sellout. It's going to be all types of shit like that. And I honestly felt like maybe I've said too much shit on these airwaves, too much shit on social media throughout my life to motherfuckers look at me funny as a motherfucker. They see me with a white chick. And I truly felt like that, bro. And I kind of still feel like it. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of still feel like it. Like I said, I'm getting to a point where I'm back on my, I don't give a fuck what people think about me shit no more. But I truly was stopping myself from potentially finding love or potentially being happy because I was afraid of what other motherfuckers had to say. I was letting other people control my life. And they ain't even know it. They control my life, they ain't even know it. Like, that's what the fuck was going on in my life, bro. And like I said, I never have a problem coming on this platform, coming on here, talking to all these people in all these different countries and shit like that, and exposing myself and being vulnerable and letting you know, like, yo, I was going through this shit. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, if there's any friends of the show who can relate to what I'm talking about, y'all can be like, damn, it's a nigga who felt the exact same way I did. And we can all get past this shit together. Now, I'm not saying all my niggas go out and start being with the white women. I'm not saying that part.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, it don't matter if it's love. It don't matter if it's a new venture in life. It don't matter if it's a fucking, you know what I'm saying, a new movie you want to watch. It don't matter what the fuck it is in life, bro. If that would bring you any type of happiness, any type of closure, if that would just enlighten your spirit type shit, man, do that shit. Anything that you want to do in life that you feel like you're a little hesitant because you think people gonna perceive you a certain way, people gonna, have a certain feeling towards you, man, fuck them and fuck that. Do what the fuck you want to do to make you happy. Because the people that really care about you and love you, that's gonna be in your corner for the rest of your life, is the people that want you to do whatever's gonna make you happy. And I remember a long time ago, bro, my mama told me, she was like, when I was a kid, and she told me, when she was first talking about the whole white girl shit, she was like, you gotta be careful with these white girls, son, because, you black type shit. You black type shit, so you gotta be careful. But she always told me she felt like I was gonna end up with a white woman. I always resented her for that. So I always kept that in the back of my mind and not try to be with a white woman on purpose to prove my mama wrong for some crazy shit she said to me when I was a kid. So it was just like all my life I've been trying to, do shit the opposite of how I truly felt because I didn't want to be perceived a certain way. And it really took a toll on me, bro. It truly motherfucking did. It truly did. I'm just now at 27 years old starting to realize that was an awful way of living. That was the wrong way of living. And that I've been holding myself back because I've been wanting to fit in type shit. That's basically what I've been wanting to fit in type shit. And it's took a toll on you, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna fucking lie. Moving on, man. You know, I want to get into Soakers Anonymous. Yeah, I said it. Soakers Anonymous. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably sitting there like, yo, Hatch, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Now, I want to play this clip. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know why the fuck I ain't have it queued up, but I want to play this clip from the Pat Bev show. Now, look, Pat Bev played for the Lakers, so I'm going to try not to say too much about it, but that nigga ain't did shit for the Lakers, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. He literally came to LA to start a podcast, bro, and that blows my fucking mind. You can start that for free any fucking where in the world type shit. But he decided to bring his punk ass to the Lakers to start a fucking podcast. But to each his own, man. He doing his numbers. I'm happy for him from a content creator standpoint. But I was on YouTube and I came across one of the shorts on YouTube, and it was the Pat Bev show. Like I said, I don't listen to anyone else's podcast but the sports niggas. Like I watch a few of the All the Smokes. I watch what's the nigga's name? What's the nigga name? Fuck. Damn, what's the nigga's name? The football niggas. Pivot sometimes. Yeah, I watch the Pivot sometimes. I watch mostly sports shit. If it's a sports nigga and he got a podcast, I'll tap into a few of the episodes. The Shannon Sharp, the TOs, and shit like that. But this Pat Bev shit is funny because they were talking about Soakers. Now, if you don't know, Pat Bev was traded to Utah, but ultimately got traded from Utah to the Lakers. That's where we got him from. But there's this thing that's going on in Utah called soaking. And I want to play this clip for y'all because I've never heard of this. I didn't know this was a thing. But it made me think of something that this married woman told me recently. And I want to play this clip for y'all so I can kind of understand how confused not only was I, but Pat Bev was when it comes to fucking soaking. Let me see if I can play this clip for y'all right fast. Where's the fucking clip? Let me see. Why is it not playing? Let me see if I play this clip. Why is it not playing? Oh, my dumb ass.
Dude, I don't think you do. You know what's
all right, so we're gonna play this clip. All right,
soaking is?
Soaking?
Yeah.
Like
all right, so I want to see if I can find this clip for y'all. Let me see if I can pull it up right here. Let me see. All right, let me see. Here we go.
You know what soaking is?
Soaking?
Yeah.
Like if I was to...
Dude, I don't think you do know what it is.
Can I guess?
Do you want to?
I don't have a problem embarrassing myself.
Okay, guess.
If I'm soaking like in the bathtub, I'm soaking in my own tears.
It's a thing that goes on at like BYU and Mormon schools where they're not allowed to have premarital sex. And so what they do is the guy kind of takes the car and parks it in the garage and just lets it idle there. And it just sits there.
I don't understand what you mean because you kind of tell it to me like I'm a 3-year-old.
A guy puts his, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't.
His dick in there and just leaves it there. And it just he just leaves it there to soak. And it's the thing that goes on in Utah.
I didn't know that.
Like if you
so that's soaking. I didn't know this was a thing to where it was a thing called soaking to where a dude would take his penis and just insert it inside the vagina and like let it just sit there. Like no motion in the ocean, you know, so no back and forth, no rocking the boat, none of that shit. They just let it sit there. They just putting the hot dog in the bun and letting it sit there. I didn't know this was a thing. I don't know what they get from this. Do they still okay, pause. Let me ask you a question. If the dick is just sitting inside the vagina, like I'm pretty sure it's like warm and shit, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it's still warm. Like it don't get cold and shit, but like, do they still come from that? Like, what are we accomplishing? I don't like to be teased. So what are we truly accomplishing by just letting the dick sit there? Like, does the dick stay hard? Well, is that too much dick question? Okay, let me just stop. Because I don't know what else to ask because I'm just thinking about sex. But there's not much the vagina does when it gets wet and wetter type shit. And like she can contract it, she can squeeze type shit. But we've already established she's not doing none of that. because you're just supposed to be soaking, like just soaking up her wetness. I think, like, what the fuck is going on?
Nasty bitch.
What are we doing really with this soaking shit? But it made me think about, this conversation I was having with this married woman. I was talking to this married woman, so we never actually ended up having sex or nothing like that. But she definitely was cheating on her man type shit. If she ever got caught with the shit she was sending me and talking to me about, it probably would have been divorced right now type shit. So I'm not going to say no names or not even hint at how I know this woman. Because if she listens to this podcast, I'm pretty sure she'll know and she'll send me a titty pic or something like that. Like, yo, shout out for being real type shit. Shout out for keeping my name classified type shit. So I was dealing with this married woman and, I'm trying to fuck. Like, I was trying to get to her. Her ass was crazy. Like, she was literally one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Like, chocolate is a motherfucker. Ass was like 3D type shit. And it was heavy like a motherfucker. But like, in dealing with this woman, she said some things to me that like blew my mind. And when it comes to this soaking shit, it kind of ties in with each other because that dude said they was doing this shit because they wasn't supposed to be fucking. So this was like they bypassed it. Yeah, we getting penetrated, but we not getting fucked type shit. So they were getting by without being, people not finding out they was actually getting soaked because they wasn't getting their shit rammed in. And when I was dealing with this married woman, the thing she told me, after she seen my penis and shit like that, and we was talking about fucking, and she was like, yeah, we can fuck, but you gotta go extremely slow. Now, in my mind, I'm like, oh, look at this bitch. She's scared and big. She's off to beat her pussy up type shit. No, it wasn't because she was intimidated by the dick size. Like I said, Shorty was married. So she was telling me to go extremely slow because she didn't want her husband to be able to tell the difference that she was just getting fucked by a nigga with a bigger dick than him. This was the wildest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, she literally had this cheating shit down to a science. To where she was like, yeah, I'm married, we can fuck. But we gotta like fuck like super slow. Like, you gotta like really go slow. Like, don't even like speed up on my shit because I don't want my shit to lose form and lose shape and my husband to find out. This shit blew my mind.
Wow.
It was at that very moment where I was like, yo, bitches ain't shit. Because that's when I realized, you always heard how women and men, they both cheat. They both cheat. Both sexes gonna cheat. But the women, they go leaps and bounds to cover their shit up. They like the world's smartest criminal when it comes to this cheating shit. To think that a woman will have it down to the science, to like, yeah, you can put that big strong ass of a dick, that big strong dick inside me, but you gotta like fuck me like you 95 years old type shit. I'm gonna give you this pussy, but you cannot beat my shit up because I do not want my husband to be able to tell the difference. No man would have thought of some shit like that. Ain't no man thinking of no shit like that. A man is just like, yo, I'm finna fuck, she gonna remember me. That's what I'm thinking, like, yo, I'm finna make her think about divorcing her nigga, like, fuck that. I'm finna put on the show, Harlem Globetrotters in that pussy. That's what I'm thinking. But she like, nah, nigga, you too young. She was schooling me because she's like, you too young in the game, so you don't even know. She's like, nah, nigga, you gotta secretly invade this pussy. Like, you just can't try to beat every pussy up. I know pussy that's already been quote unquote owned by a nigga. This shit was crazy. This shit was crazy, dude. And that's when I realized, marriage just might not be for me. Because she was down like a motherfucker. She was down. And I truly think the only thing that really stopped that shit was COVID. Like, COVID happened. You know what I'm saying? Stop talking to motherfuckers. Stop seeing motherfuckers. So I can honestly say, my boy, COVID saved your marriage, my nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause your wife, my boy.
Nasty bitch.
Her nasty ass, boy. I still want some of that. I ain't gonna cap. I'm not even gonna cap, my boy. I want to get into a clip from the Family Guy that has everybody talking, man. And they said clip they talking about Nipsey Hussle.
Huh? You think the
Hold on, I'm playing the clip right now. Let me see. All right, so sorry. I want to play this clip from you guys from Family Guy. I got everybody talking. It's about the Nipsey Hussle situation. Now, for the people that's listening, man, on Audio Mac, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Audiat, et cetera, et cetera. I feel like I'm slurring my fucking words, but so let me apologize to everybody. Look, man, I was sick these last couple of days, so like I'm trying to talk faster than I usually do because my fucking words and shit, like my fucking throat keep getting wet as a motherfucker, and I have these big ass gulps of motherfucking saliva type shit from being sick. So hopefully you guys can bear with me throughout this episode. I feel like my shit is all slurred up and all that good shit, man. So I apologize for everybody listening. But I started the podcast top of the episode with Nipsey Hussle. And the reason why I did this because obviously I got Nipsey Hussle on the wall. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to Kobe and Gigi, by the way. Tomorrow will be the anniversary of their death in the helicopter crash. I want to say rest in peace to Kobe and motherfucking Gigi and everybody else who died in a helicopter crash. Once again, that was a horrific and tragic incident. To think that that's 3 years ago now, time go by fast, bro. Like real fucking talk. I started the episode with Nipsey because obviously I really fuck with Nipsey Hussle. He impacted my life in a huge way. I listened to Nipsey Hussle before he became, you know what I'm saying, it rapper type shit. I kind of based my whole slow grind of the podcast journey to Nipsey Hussle, his Victory Lap. Victory Lap wasn't just an album title. Victory Lap was from him hustling and putting out projects for a decade. Nipsey Hussle only has one album, and that's the Victory Lap album. Niggas was waiting on Victory Lap for like 5 or 6 years before it came out. Nipsey was an independent rapper who grinded that shit. And the shit he was talking about wasn't the shit that would go mainstream, be popping, but he built his own fucking lane. So a lot of things that I do with this podcast is directly because I was influenced by Nipsey fucking Hussle. And I want to play this clip for you guys from the Family Guy show that has everybody talking. Let me play this for y'all so I can see where I'm coming from, and I can really dive into what the fuck I really got to say about it. Let me play this right fast.
Oh, music festival, huh? You think the Von Trapps will stick around to pick up their award this time?
I don't know about them, but they're going to have holograms of Tupac and also Nipsey Hussle, who I'd never heard of and then was told to care immensely about.
Oh.
So that's the clip that has everybody going crazy. Family Guy disrespected the dead. They disrespected Nipsey Hussle. You know. So everybody got an opinion on social media. So motherfuckers in fake uproar. As a firm and true diehard Nipsey Hussle fan, I'm not offended in the slightest. One, because it's a fucking joke. Two, it's fucking Family Guy. They joke about any and every fucking body. Usually when your name is mentioned on shit on shows like that, iconic shows like that, it's pretty much an honor. But when I look at it from the point of view where everybody wants to be up in arms and be mad because they feel like Nipsey Hussle is a legend type shit. In my eyes, Nipsey Hussle is a legend. Is Nipsey Hussle a musical legend? No, he's not. Nipsey is not a musical legend. He's just not. If you want to talk about Nipsey being a legend, you gotta be talking about him being a legend from that neighborhood, and him being a legend for the shit he was doing outside of rap. Business-wise, the shit he was doing, the stem cell centers, the shit he was doing for the kids, like, he's a legend in that right for the shit he was doing outside of music. As a true Nipsey Hussle fan, I'm not going to say he was a legend of hip-hop. You can tell the story of hip-hop without mentioning Nipsey Hussle. You can do that. And I love Nipsey to death. So I get where the joke is coming from. Because it makes me think about what's the guy's name? What was the white kid? Lil Peep died. Never heard of this nigga in my life. I want to say rest in peace, by the way, because this isn't me taking shots at the dead. This isn't me trying to say these men weren't accomplished. This isn't me trying to say these niggas was pieces of shit. I'm not doing that at all. But what I'm saying is, I didn't know who the fuck Lil Peep was. I didn't know when Pop Smoke died. I didn't think Pop Smoke was a legend. when Juice WRLD died. I didn't fucking think Juice WRLD was a legend. I didn't know a Juice WRLD song. I just knew a nigga was signed to Lil Baby type shit. That's all I knew. That's all I fucking knew. When XXXTentacion died, do you think I really thought this nigga was a legend? He was out for 4 months. Pop Smoke was in the rap game for 4 months. Juice WRLD was out for 4 months. I didn't know the Lil Peep nigga. PNB Rock, they said this nigga was a legend. Once again, rest in peace to all these men. I'm not saying that they're not accomplished men. But when I say these niggas was legends, fuck no, I don't even know these niggas. But I wouldn't be offended if I can't be a nigga in uproar when other people look at them as legends. I can't do that because they impacted other people's lives. So I can't get mad at people when they say niggas is legends, and I can't get mad at Family Guy when they cracking jokes about, yo, I don't even know who this nigga is. Because the same shit they just said about them not know who the fuck Nipsey Hussle was, I didn't know who the fuck Lil Peep was. I didn't know who the fuck Juice WRLD was. I didn't know these niggas. But when they died, everybody was acting like they knew who these niggas was. You seen their pictures everywhere. You seen everybody crying. You see holograms of niggas. You seen their album sales go out the roof. It makes you feel like I should care about this shit when I truly don't know what the fuck is going on. So that clip alone from Family Guy, I can relate to that in so many motherfucking ways. Because yeah, I know who Nipsey Hussle is. But what makes you, why would I think the niggas who create Family Guy would know Nipsey Hussle? Especially if they some fucking white dudes. I don't think, wasn't it Seth MacFarlane? Why would I think Seth MacFarlane would know who the fuck Nipsey Hussle was? From music. While he was alive type shit. Why would he know who the fuck Nipsey Hussle was? Why would we know who Juice WRLD was? Why would we know who the fuck XXXTentacion was? Lil Peep. Why would we know these niggas? When the musically they did nothing to really impact lives, they weren't that big. Why would we know these people? But when they die, they become instant fucking legends. They become larger than life type shit. And like he said, I don't know who this nigga is, but they telling me I should care about him. I feel him. I truly fucking feel him. And I don't know if it's because people trying to protect the dead type shit. I don't know what it is, bro. I don't get the uproar. I chalk it up to being fake uproar on social media type shit because I truly don't get it. Because just because you know who the fuck that nigga is, don't mean everybody else do. I was talking about episodes ago, bro. It's so many people on YouTube that got like millions of subscribers type shit. I just found out who the fuck Mr. Beast was within the last 6 months. That nigga he's like the biggest YouTuber in the world. I didn't know who the fuck he was. Never heard of him. He could walk and see a nigga walking down the street and not even know who the fuck he was. It's so many people, everybody getting all this publicity and all this notoriety, bro. That don't mean everybody knows you type shit. And I totally understand what Family Guy was saying with that joke. The uproar is comical type shit, but it is what it is. Moving on, man. I want to get into the discovery that NASA made. Damn, I wish I had it's on my fucking iPad. Fuck. But NASA discovers new Earth-like planets. I believe they said the numbers at over 9,541. Damn, I wish I had it on my iPad. My iPad's not over here. But it's over 9,000 new planets. They found over 100 like Earth-like planets, bro. And I'm not surprised. Everybody sees everybody sees the videos going around. Some of they find all this weird shit in the sky. You got the new what's that? The purple and pink pussy cloud they found in the air over one of those foreign countries. You know, so you got people. They got their cell phone full of these weird lights in the air in the sky type shit. So you see the videos, and we always heard the stories. Nigga, all my fucking life I would say about aliens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Is there Earth? Is there extraterrestrial beings out there in the galaxy? People always say the aliens in the ocean type shit. We've always heard this shit. But when you see NASA discovering all these other planets and all these other galaxies, and you see they discovering these Earth-like planets and shit, you know, yeah, alien talk is cool. That's all right. Yes, is there aliens? Ooh, or we the aliens? Ooh, you hear that bullshit, right? I don't care about that. I want to know, do you think that those planets are racist too? Let's talk about this for a second. Like, what if there's a planet out there, one of those Earth-like planets, right? What if one of those where the roles were reversed? Where it was black privilege instead of fucking white privilege? Y'all niggas going? Y'all niggas trying to go to Mars for real? I want to go to the planet where niggas is in power. I want to go where Africa is everywhere type shit. Wakanda. That shit probably really exists type shit. They just found the stones that's making electricity type shit, right? But let's think about this. Do you truly think that there's a planet out there where the roles is just reversed, everything just flipped on its head? I would love it. Where like black people is like, you know what I mean? We still the shit. We didn't fall down like they did too. We still in power type shit. I would really go there. Fuck going to Mars. Fuck Pluto, Planet X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Fuck that. Take me where the niggas is thriving. Take me where niggas is thriving. Where everybody's Black Panther in that motherfucker. Like, for real. But you truly think, because we have to admit, okay, there's other people living out there, bro. We can't be the only fucking egotistical motherfuckers to think that we the only people that exist in the fucking whole galaxy. That's an egotistical ass shit. To think you the only motherfucker to exist. That's some shit, ain't it? But we have to admit, okay, there's other people out there. There's all these other Earth-like planets. There has to be other people out there, right? Do we truly think that they all operate like us? Do we truly think that the white people in all over the galaxy is running things? Fuck no. There has to be at least one planet to where the niggas was like, man, fuck that. Fucking pink-toe ass niggas. They got us fucked up. There has to be one planet to where niggas was thinking like me and said, y'all got me fucked up. There has to be one. And I would love to just if I can just take a peep, you know, take a peep into that fucking planet and see how they operate. Oh my God. Oh man, that shit is probably like better than heaven. I ain't gonna, that shit probably better than heaven. To see a planet of niggas just running things, everything look like Atlanta. Oh my God. That would be fucking amazing. If everything, well, hold on, let me take that back. There's a lot of gay shit going on in Atlanta. You gotta be careful. Let's say it looks like, damn, it's gay shit everywhere. Fuck. Yeah, damn, fuck. So fucking, everything look like Atlanta, man. Fuck it. Everything like fucking Atlanta, man. That's funny as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that is wild that they found all these new plants and all that, man. It's so much that we truly don't know that it's. I don't want to be here when shit pop off. I just don't. I'm gonna be one of the first niggas to die. I don't want to. You know on these shows like the apocalypse is coming. I don't want to be one of the last remaining niggas. Humans that's fighting the apocalypse. I'm not interested in that. Let me die when niggas are still fighting. When we still got numbers, let me die with a group of people. I don't want to be the last niggas on Earth, you know what I'm saying, fighting zombies and shit. I'm cool. Like, I don't got faith like that. I don't believe I'm just going to find a plantation, you know, a sanctum, you know, the sanctuary of safety. Fuck that. I don't believe it. Nigga, bite my arm or something. Take me out. I don't want to be here when the aliens arrive, bro. I don't want to be here when, you know what I'm saying, the skies and shit start turning colors. I don't want to be here with that shit, bro. And then all this discovering new Earths and shit, I ain't feeling this shit, bro. So whenever we get in time to where shit finna, you know what I'm saying, flip over on his head, let me know so I can go and check the fuck out. Real talk. I ain't interested in that shit. Fuck that. Save yourself. Don't save me. Get me the fuck out of here. Moving on, man. I want to get into the legend of Lil Wayne. You know, obviously, you know I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan. Lil Wayne was everything for me growing up. Lil Wayne is You know, we truly never look at Lil Wayne like the child star that he truly is. Like, if you think about it, Lil Wayne don't get grouped in with the Lil Romeos or Lil Bow Wows. He don't get grouped in with them niggas. And he really should. Like, Lil Wayne was right there with them niggas. Lil Wayne came into the game as a kid, bro. He didn't come into the game as no fucking adult. Lil Wayne was a kid when he came into the game. And we never truly group him in with those type of rappers. And I guess it's because the shit that Lil Wayne was talking about. Lil Wayne was talking about fucking and, you know what I'm saying, smoking and, you know what I'm saying, gang shit since he was a kid. Rocking jewelry and all that shit since he was a kid. He didn't do the whole Bow Wow and Lil Romeo route. He didn't take that route. You can pretty much say Lil Wayne was on some gangster shit since day one. So I guess that's kind of why he don't get grouped into the Lil Romeos and the Lil Bow Wows and shit like that. Even like Soulja Boy was a kid when he came to the game. He's a teenager, but he was a kid. But we look at Soulja Boy like we look at Lil Romeo and Bow Wow. Like we know that nigga from being a child star. But we don't look at Lil Wayne like that. And it's not to be disrespectful, I guess, but it's something to say like, no, Lil Wayne is a fucking child star. And he don't get grouped in as a corny ass nigga. Like, look at Nick Cannon. Like, niggas look at Nick Cannon as a corny ass nigga because we watched the nigga grow since he was a kid. So it's like we feel like we truly know Nick Cannon. We don't feel like we truly know Lil Wayne. Well, Lil Wayne's life has been publicized since day fucking one. I was watching this show. What is it? It was an ABC. It's on ABC. It was on Hulu. I believe it was an ABC program. And it was like 72 hours with Lil Wayne. Weekend with Weezy type shit. And I watched it because I tripped off like, damn, I've been listening to Lil Wayne pretty much my whole life. But I really don't know much about this nigga. Like, yeah, we know about, you know what I'm saying, him shooting himself. We know about him and Birdman. We know about him having kids and shit like that. But that's pretty much where it stops. And as I was watching this like 45-minute show of Weekend with Weezy, it made me think like, yo, do we truly give Lil Wayne the credit of being the legend that he truly is? And when I say that, I mean to say like, he's truly one of the last few superstars who acts like a fucking superstar. Now, when you look at these more recent superstars, I would say the only person who kind of moves in that way would be Kendrick. Kendrick and J. Cole. I don't look at J. Cole as being a superstar like them other motherfuckers is. Yeah, his numbers and shit probably is, but I don't think his stature is type shit. That's just me personally. I fuck with J. Cole, but I don't think his stature is as a fucking Drake, a Nicki Minaj, a Lil Wayne, or a Kendrick Lamar's. But when you look at these new age superstars, everybody that pretty much came after Lil Wayne, they all out there. You know everything about them. They don't really move like a superstar. Like, to me, Drake don't move like a superstar. Like, Drake don't move how Lil Wayne move. Drake don't move how fucking Jay-Z move. Like, to me, Jay-Z and Lil Wayne, they move in like some mysterious ass ways. Like, you know Jay-Z just handling business. But you don't really know shit about Jay-Z personal life. Yeah, you know he cheated on Beyonce, but that's pretty much it. You don't really know shit about Jay-Z personal life. All we know about Lil Wayne personal life is he used to fuck with Trina. He used to fuck with Toya. He got Reginae as a daughter. That's pretty much it. He used to fuck with Superhead, but that's pretty much, you don't really know Lil Wayne type shit. We just know Lil Wayne as the artist. We barely know a nigga as a father. It's kind of like the Kobe situation. Like, yeah, you knew Kobe for 20 fucking years. But we didn't know Kobe as the father until, nigga, the last 2-3 years of Kobe's life. It's the same shit with Lil Wayne. It's the same shit with Jay-Z. It's the same shit with all the Beyonce. We just now starting to see fucking Beyonce show her motherly side, and that's still with them fucking performing on stage. And it's like, damn, do we give Lil Wayne the credit for truly being a fucking superstar? A mysterious fucking act? Because all we see this nigga ever doing is he pop up for a show. That's the only time you truly see Lil Wayne on some real shit. He's performing. That's literally it. You rarely see a nigga out and about. You might see a nigga at a sports event, but that's it. That's regular superstar shit. He moving like fucking Jack Nicholson and shit. Like Lil Wayne, man. sometimes I feel like because he's so quiet that he's not talked about how he should be talked about. And he still gets nothing but respect from everybody. And I feel like Lil Wayne is truly the last of a straight dying breed. Like I told you, I feel like 50 Cent is truly the last true gangster rapper. I truly feel like that. I don't believe none of the shit these other niggas are saying. I believed everything 50 Cent said. He moved like a gangster rapper. And he was a superstar gangster rapper. We ain't had that since. I ain't talking about niggas talking about the trap. I'm talking about gangster rap. Now maybe you would say gangster rap evolved into the trap shit. Maybe that's what you would say. But it's literally the last of a fucking dying breed, bro. The Lil Waynes, the 50 Cents, and I would truly say Kanye West was probably the last one to where they reached a certain level of just immortalization, and they were stamped legends and fucking superstars, and they all moved a certain way. Like 50 was probably the most vocal out of all them niggas. Like Kanye West, his shit was always like, you know what I'm saying, publicity type shit. But you truly didn't know shit about Kanye until he started getting with Kim and shit. And all this stuff started being publicized and all that. All that shit was out on paparazzi every motherfucking where. Before that, you truly didn't know shit about Kanye West. But then he just made great music. 50 was just talking shit about everybody, but you didn't know shit about 50's kids. You just knew he didn't fuck with his baby mom and his first son. But you didn't know shit about 50 the person for real, besides he got shot 9 times. When it comes to Lil Wayne, it's still like, he's been in front of us all these fucking years. And we're just now starting to find out what the fuck truly is going on with Lil Wayne. He just now opening up about the whole mental health aspect of what the fuck he was going throughout his whole fucking life. Like, that nigga's truly a fucking legend, bro. And he moves like a fucking super fucking star. That nigga moved like the Kobe's, the Michael Jordans, and he straight moved like an old school legend, bro. And like niggas, I don't know if niggas give him the credit for that, because it's something about not knowing everything about everybody. It's something about not knowing everything about the people you look up to. I don't want to know all Lil Wayne dirt. I don't want to know what he's doing on a daily basis like that. It has to be a mystery. That nigga Lil Wayne banner like Andre 3000, bro. Like, niggas don't know what the fuck going on with Andre 3000. It was a nice period for at least 5 to 6 years, but we didn't know what the fuck was going on with Lil Wayne. We would just pop up with these fucking weird ass dreads type shit. Niggas that we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We don't get him there credit enough for moving like a straight fucking superstar legend, bro. Real talk. Shout out to Wayne, man. True, huge inspiration in my motherfucking life, I'll tell you that. Moving on. Before we wrap the podcast up, you know, I want to talk about Ben Simmons, man. And I stand with Ben Simmons. And the reason why I stand with Ben Simmons is because, you know, I talk shit about Ben Simmons a lot on this podcast. I've told you he's a catfish. You know, so he's robbing the NBA blind. That nigga do not want to play basketball. He just want to collect them checks and get the fuck out of here. Jalen Rose is going through hot shit right now because he said Ben Simmons is robbing the NBA with ski mask and all. And you got other former players, NFL and NBA, who didn't like that shit, but fuck them as always. Ben Simmons, you know, this nigga Ben Simmons he's a very interesting guy, but I'm not gonna lie to you. He's probably one of the most interesting guys that I've come across in a long time, bro. Right now, Ben Simmons, I forget the woman's name because it's on my iPad. My iPad's not over here right now. But I forget the woman's name, but she's fucking beautiful. Ben Simmons is one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. He may not be able to shoot for shit or play basketball. That nigga got the bitches, bro. Like, Ben Simmons, his bitch game, oh my God. Let me just put a wow. Wow. The women that Ben Simmons has inserted his penis in, oh my God. Like, dude is moving different. He's moving like how I wish I could move if I made it big type shit. Like, he's fucking like some of the baddest women that's walking this planet type shit. But there's a story that came out about Ben Simmons wanting his engagement ring back from this young woman. And the ring cost about $800,000. Now, you always hear a story about, oh, niggas is cheap. Niggas is on some broke boy shit if they want their gifts back. If this was a Prada bag, cool. Balenciaga, Chanel, Gucci, Hermes. If it was all that shit, some purses, glasses, you know what I'm saying, clothes, all that shit, cool. Even like they said when Quavo took Saweetie card back, cool. If it's that shit, cool. I have no problem with you talking shit about a nigga wanting some gifts back. But I see no problem with Ben Simmons wanting an engagement ring back. What the fuck do you want the ring for if you're not gonna marry me, bitch? What the fuck?
Wow.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, to call me petty, how petty are you to want to keep a ring from a nigga that you're not gonna marry? Why do you want this fucking ring? You know, talk about it. Why do you want the fucking ring? Is this some type of trophy for you? Yeah, I had this nigga spend 800 racks on a ring. I ain't even want it. Like, why the fuck do you want the ring? I would want that fucking ring back too. I'm sorry. Like, I done said a lot of shit about Ben Simmons. This is the first time I've ever said, I stand with this nigga Ben. Rich Paul better give me my motherfucking ring back. I tell you that much. Fuck how you got me that Supermax. Go get my fucking ring back. I just spent damn near $1 million on an engagement ring. And I don't know why they not getting married. I don't know if it's because of some shit he did, some shit she did. It don't even fucking matter. Once it's been established that we are not getting married, give me my fucking ring back. I don't give a fuck if I cheated on you with a women's basketball team full of bitches. I don't give a fuck what I did. I could have fucked your sister. I don't care. Give me my fucking ring back. Why do you want the fucking ring? You gonna call a nigga petty for wanting his ring back? What are you gonna call the woman who wants to keep the ring? Why do you have this fucking ring? This isn't a fucking mood ring. This ain't a fucking pinky ring. This is an engagement ring that a man spent his hard-earned. Well, I can't say hard-earned. I can't say it was hard-earned money. But it's a nigga that spent 800 racks on a ring for you to take your hand in marriage. You're not getting married, but you want to keep the ring. Give me my shit back for shit get physical. Real talk. Ben Simmons better than me. That's why they ain't trying. He can't focus on basketball. He got a bitch just keeping his ring hostage. Man, Rich Paul better do something. Rich Paul better fucking do something. Real motherfucking talk, nigga. He better fucking do something. I need my fucking chips with dip. This bitch better give me my fucking ring back, man. Real talk. I think that's it, man. Let me see. Let me check the docket right fast, man. We got, let me see. Pull this here. We got the fear of interracial dating, Soakers Anonymous, Family Guy versus Nipsey Hussle, NASA discovers new Earth-like planets, The Legend of Lil Wayne, me standing with Ben Simmons. Yeah, man, I think that's all we got. You know, before I get out of here, I want to talk about this. You know, news came out that Anthony Davis will be returning tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. So I'm interested to see where the Lakers go with that. LeBron's fucking playing out of his mind. We just lost to the Clippers last night. He dropped over 40 points. He's now the only player in NBA history to drop 40 against every team in the league. That's amazing. Round of applause for LeBron for that. That's amazing, bro. That really is amazing. You know, he's under 200 points away from breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. It's one of those things I try to talk about too much because injuries happen. I remember when Kobe was on pace to break Kareem's record and he ended up tearing his Achilles. He still had like 3 or 4 years to go before he would actually pass it. The record, the know that LeBron is within 7 games of passing his record, barring any injuries. It's fucking amazing, bro. Sensational. I'm happy as hell to even say I can sit back and watch this shit as a Laker fan. To see another Laker break this record that was held by a Laker is really just, it's really a good feeling, bro, because it's just certain things as a Laker fan you can always say, we got this, that, and this. We got the 17 rings, we got all the great players, we got the records type shit. To think that the record will be broken, but it will still be broken by one of ours, it's a beautiful feeling to have, man. And to think that AD is coming back. Hopefully, Anthony Davis can play at the same level he was playing at before he got hurt. Like I said, at that time for 13, those are the 17 game stretch that he was playing. He was averaging over 35 points, 16 rebounds, three steals and 2 blocks, shooting 62% on the field. He was playing top 5 type basketball for 17 game stretch before he ended up getting hurt. Hopefully, he can come back and play at that level again. We'll see how he looks tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. LeBron's playing out of his mind. I'm really hard pressed to say anybody in the league from an individual standpoint is playing better than LeBron has been playing since he's turned 38. It's been, 11 games? And I think it's averaging like 36 points a game type shit, shooting over 50% from the field. She's having like 36, 8, and 9 in the last 11 games. That's his average, bro. So he held the Lakers to 11 and 10 over a 21 game stretch that Anthony Davis was out. To see if Anthony Davis can come back and play how he was playing before, and if LeBron can keep this up, you already know how I feel. They can go big places. The West is wide open, bro. The niggas can win the West if the niggas play how they should be able to play. Like I said, Darvin Ham has done enough to let me know we in good hands. Bring back Lonnie Walker and Austin Reeves. We just got the Rui Hachimura deal done, which is fucking a huge deal because I always wanted Jeremy Grant, and I always said, bro, if you can't get Jeremy Grant, what's the next best thing? And I never even thought about it until the trade went through. Rui Hachimura and Jeremy Grant is similar type players. Obviously, Jeremy Grant is more polished and more of a complete product than Rui Hachimura. But if you was looking at Jeremy Grant and you couldn't get Jeremy Grant, but you can get Rui Hachimura, that's kind of everything you need, bro. The Jeremy Grants, the Rui Hachimuras, and the OG Ananobis. I always think that them 3 niggas is kind of like, they do some of the same shit. If you can't get one, you can get the other. You pretty much in good hands type shit. So I'm happy about the Rui Hachimura deal. I think the Lakers is rounding out, man. If they can just stay healthy, they can actually do some shit, man. They really can. Over to NFL. My picks was the 49ers and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Bills just lost to the fucking Bengals. They got their ass beat. I had the Bengals beating them on a parlay, so I wasn't too mad about that. Patty Mahomes, he got like an ankle injury right now. They don't know how serious it is. From press conference he had today, he was walking just fine. He's practicing and stuff like that. So they say he's gonna be just fine, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I had the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl and beating the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. But now that he's a little bit hobbled, that changes a lot for me. Just because if a nigga not 100%, and I'm looking at that Chiefs secondary, and I'm looking at that Bengals offense, it's gonna be tough to stop them niggas anyway. And if Patty Mahomes ain't 100%, I just don't know how likely it is for him to beat them, because it was gonna be a tough game anyway. But if it's one nigga that can do it, even if he on one leg, it'll be Patrick Mahomes. I'm still going to hang in there with the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying, versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. But it's going to be tough. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if I come back here, not next episode, but the following episode after that, and next week type shit, and I tell y'all that the Bengals is going to be in the fucking Super Bowl because they beat the Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I'm still going to stick in there with Patty Mahomes because that's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life, dog. He's literally the GOAT. Like that nigga, Tom Brady is the GOAT because of the things he's accomplished. But if you talk about a nigga you just laid your eyes on and was like, that's the greatest I've ever seen, it's fucking Patrick Mahomes, but it's not even close. It's not even close. That nigga is amazing, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's alarming to me that everybody's trying to say Joe Burrow is better than Patrick Mahomes. That shit is fucking retarded. I don't even understand how they can say some shit like that. They talk about Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league, but Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the league. That don't make sense. They play the same position. Like, this nigga Patrick Mahomes been doing this shit for 5 or 6 years now. Joe Burrow, he nice. He the second best quarterback in the league for sure. But he not better than Patty. Like, but yeah, that's a topic for another fucking conversation. For another conversation, another episode of this fucking podcast. But I think that's all we got, man. I don't want to keep rambling on about the sports shit. Lakers game for to come on pretty much soon. I think that's all we got. We talked about everything I want to talk about on this iteration of the episode. So you know what? let's go ahead and drop the fucking new music, man. Let's get the fuck up out of here. You know, man, I want to say shout out to everybody that's tapped into joining concerts all around the world. I truly appreciate all the love and support. Let's keep putting that by brick by motherfucking brick. I want to say shout out to everybody that's listening to Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Anchor. Leave a review, man. Let's go ahead and get this podcast rated where it needs to be rated. So leave a review, rate the podcast wherever you need to rate it. On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. YouTube at OGHatchTV. Ring that bell, drop a like, subscribe, all that good shit YouTube to say. Let's keep this empire brick by motherfucking brick, man. And you know I keep up on this side, man. It's all love in these ways. Never let them touch you bullshit. Always keep the main thing the main thing. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay sane. And how I shot this episode. We out this one. Peace. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I feel like fucking words is all slurred up, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, bro. Nigga try and get over being this little common cold he just had. So it's like, I feel like I'm trying to talk too fast type shit. But it's like, when I feel like I'm talking slow, I feel like I can hear it even more than my voice is fucked up, man. So I'm trying to do too motherfucking much, man. But it is what it is type shit. We out this motherfucker, man. Great episode. 118, man. Thin Line, 20 Genius and Insanity. Hosted by your boy, old motherfucking G. On the grind 200, man. You know how this shit go. Hey, man. Real niggas don't lose, B. Real niggas don't lose. We get cheated.
Welcome to Raw is
OG! Hatch, man. You know the fuck it is, nigga. Go play on me, man.